the best in the industry. Do business with the Davis Realty. Do business with the best in the industry.
Welcome to another episode of the Don Davis Real Estate Show. It's your host, Don Davis of DDLRG, brokered by Compass Realty. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. Upon that rock, He built His church. Upon that rock, we've built our business, and our results are a reflection of our character. If you'd like to see our results, please take a look online. You can go to Redfin, you can go to Zillow, you can go to HAR Platinum. You can go to a plethora of sources to screen the real estate agent that you're about to hire to make sure that they are going to take care of business. Just wanted to go ahead and have a special guest in the studio today, all the way from Austin, Texas, where being turned down for a home loan is weird. None other than Miss Mellisea Huff. How are you today, ma'am?
I am well. Thank you so much for having me here.
No problem. Thank you for coming. I just think I had to get you in the studio, knowing you are the mortgage guru and that you don't mind practicing numbers. Let's say you practice numbers. Some people practice law, but you practice numbers. You've been in accounting for quite some time, yes, and have recently transitioned into the lending business. And with that type of background, it has made you hit the ground running much far ahead of everyone else because of that CPA background.
Correct.
So what is it that you feel has helped you the most? I know as far as and I'll let you go ahead and share your story, but I just want to touch on some highlights that I liked the most. I saw that you grew up in government housing in San Francisco, public housing, and then you actually attended a historical black college called Huston-Tillotson University, and then from there decided to work in accounting. Almost a CPA, but decided not to get the CPA. You could have got it, but decided you could be more helpful giving back in the housing industry. Go ahead and tell your story. Tell your story to the audience of what made you decide that the best way for you to help our people and everyone else is by home ownership and what you had to do to become a mortgage lender.
Okay, well, of course, originally I'm born and raised in San Francisco. Grew up in the projects, pretty bad part of town, and where it was literally renters. They were all renters.
Yes.
No one owned anything.
Wow.
Not even vehicles.
Whoa.
And so I grew up with a different type of mindset, and that led me to attend Huston-Tillotson, then college, now university. So shout out to my maroon and gold family. It was so interesting. When I attended college, I saw so many people who looked like me, who was trying to better their lives. And so from there, just naturally, I was a numbers person.
Yes.
Period. And so I ended up, after I received my degree, I got into nonprofit accounting, where I was just dealing with community organizations. I dealt with Youth Build, which was a housing organization. I dealt with Big Brothers, Big Sisters. And sooner or later, I started looking around my community again.
Uh-huh.
And I realized that there weren't too many homeowners.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm like, you know what? We've got to start owning something.
Yeah.
How can I do my part? And so about 5 years ago, maybe a little more, I got into doing mortgages.
Okay.
Because one, I love to educate. And two, I am a firm believer in educating people and not letting the numbers beat them.
Awesome.
It's just so important. I look back in 2008 when the bubble burst, and the numbers, our people were having major foreclosures,
yes,
because they were getting beat,
yes,
by the numbers. And so to me, I just had to get into it. I'm a firm believer of down payment assistance programs. I'm a firm believer of, if you cannot qualify now, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to get you there.
Exactly. So you don't turn anybody away saying you can never buy a home.
Oh, no, that's not even in my vocabulary. It hurts me if I have to say that. Like, I've cried on the phone before.
Yes.
Because I've had to say that.
Wow.
And I told my husband, never again.
Exactly.
Never again.
Exactly. So you take the time to educate people based on your circumstances because you grew up where nobody owned anything. And ironically, I grew up in a very similar situation in my neighborhood. Just about everybody was, not doing well. We either were renting or seller financing or trying to find a way to get in the door. And I find it very ironic that God always uses people who actually had to come from one side of the business to the other side of the business, so you can actually say you have walked a mile in their shoes, and now you can help them get to the other side. And now, from what I understand, you don't live in the projects anymore, but I don't mind helping people get out of the projects.
That is correct. I feel like I'm on the Jeffersons. Moving on up. Well,
but it has to be, because if you look at you and your husband's background, my background as well, a lot of kids today, I understand. I watch kids play video games now. They play Madden, and if things are not going their way, they restart the game.
Right.
But I feel like our generation, we were able to fight through things, and we were able to come back when the odds were against us to make sure that it does not have to happen to our children.
Exactly. And that's exactly why, I'm just a firm believer in creating generational wealth.
Correct.
And for me, my opinion is it starts through real estate. It starts through being able to purchase your first home, keep it for a few years, build that equity, take some of that equity out and put it into a business or purchase an investment property.
Exactly.
That's how you start building your generational wealth and your just being a better person all the way around, strong communities.
So here in Houston, we have a diverse group of minorities. We have some minorities without money, and we have some minorities with money. So sometimes we become somewhat arrogant when we get a little bit money, and then we don't use the sources that are there. But one thing I have learned from other cultures is that they have no problem using as many resources as possible. Right. You say you have a middle-class home buyer. What's the benefit of them using a down payment assistance program?
Well, honestly, to me, the benefit is it's more money in your bank, less money out of your pocket, and not being too proud to receive. Right.
They say sometime in the church, the problem is we can actually, we're holding on. We don't need nobody's help. We don't need nobody's help. We're sinking, but we're talking about we don't need nobody's help. Meanwhile, if you would have asked, the help was right in front of you.
Exactly.
So what type of down payment assistance programs do y'all offer?
So each lender is different. I will tell you this. As far as myself, I'm able to offer multiple programs, not only in the state of Texas, but nationwide. So we have what's called the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs. That is the My First Choice Texas.
Okay.
That's for first-time home buyers. And then we have just the My Choice Texas. That is for anyone who hasn't purchased a home in the past 4 years.
So you don't have to be a first-time home buyer, and you still can get down payment assistance.
That is correct.
Wow. As long as you haven't purchased a home in the last 4 years,
4 years.
They're willing to pay your down payment. Now,
Exactly.
Is that a loan or a grant?
It is a grant.
Wow.
So
you don't have to pay it back.
No, you do not have to pay it back. But there's always a but, right?
Okay, yes.
So the but is they prefer that you stay in the home for at least 5 years.
Yes.
That creates community, that creates stability. That means that you are invested in the area that you live in. And so from that 5 year point on, if you choose to move, if you choose to sell your home, then you will not have to pay it back.
So you're telling me y'all pretty much giving me, if it's an FHA loan, I'm automatically getting 3.5% of equity off the top.
That is correct. And honestly, for me, the programs that I do is I always offer 4 to 5% down payment assistance.
Okay.
Because I know that sometimes things happen to where you cannot cover all of your down payment and your closing costs. So I always try to put in a cushion to where a portion of it goes towards their closing costs as well.
Exactly. So your seller contribution is not, you're not asking for very much on seller contribution. Wow, this is awesome, and we're just getting started. We're gonna go ahead and go to our first break. Once again, Mellisea Huff, all the way from Austin, Texas, but she's licensed in the state of Texas. She can help you anywhere in Texas. If you're looking for down payment assistance and looking to purchase a home, you definitely want to contact her. We're gonna go ahead and go to our first break. Love where you live, love where you work. DDLRG, love's gonna get you. I am Don Davis of DDLRG Luxury International Real Estate, and when it's time to make a business decision about your residence, please keep in mind, it's a Don deal.
You want to excel, Don Davis is a great guy to work for. I mean, he's a great teacher and a great leader.
He's more than family. He's the guy that's actually helping me roll. I didn't know anybody when I moved out here. He's the guy rolling his sleeves up saying, come on, let's go move what you got to move.
When it's time to make a business decision about your residence, it's a Don deal. We're back. Don Davis Luxury Realty Group, broker by Compass, live in the studio with Miss Mellisea Keys Huff, all the way from Austin, Texas, the capital, here doing down payment assistance for anybody in the state that wants to reach out to her and find out more about that program. Please reach out to her. But real quick, since we are talking about Austin, Texas, I want to tell everybody what's cooking at Trek. You know, have a lot of realtors that listen to the show as well. This week, in the actually this last month in the May meeting at Trek, what the broker lawyer committee presented before the board was they're considering revising some things on the contracts. One thing was the conveying of technology. You know, we have a lot of smart homes now, so people are saying, do the cameras convey? Does the wiring convey? Does the security system convey? So all of that is at question right now. We'll know by next month. And then also there's there are also proposal to adjust the prorations on the contract for the property taxes. So the wording in that proration section of the property taxes on the contract might be changed. And then also there's another proposal to make the option fee payable to the title company, to where the check is just not sitting in the mail going to the seller. Actually, if the option fee starts going to the title company, that will save a lot of real estate agents a trip. But at the same time, the termination would actually have to go back through the escrow officer as well. So these are all proposals. They're not in place yet. He also mentioned a few down payment assistance programs, like she was just talking about, a Home Sweet Texas loan program, and Homes for Texas Heroes, and a few other ones. But one of them is not available in Travis County, so I know you don't want to use that one too much. But I think that's a Seth Gold Star, one of those. But
that is correct.
Yes, yeah, one of but you're in Williamson County, huh?
I am in Williamson County.
Man, from the project to Williamson County, God is good, boy.
Yes, He is.
But like I say, I just love having you on the show, because that background in accounting, I think, really does set you apart, not only from the down payment assistance side to the amortization side to the, even buying down rates and things like that. That's why you are the mortgage guru. It's not just because of the down payment assistance, but it's the complete package of you knowing where numbers are today and where numbers are heading. Yes. What do you see as far as down payment assistance, VA, conventional? Right now, what percentage of each loan are you doing, and what percentage would you like to do to go ahead and help grow your business?
I'm going to say that I'm doing a fair mix.
Okay.
Seriously, it's almost like, a third.
Nice.
FHA, VA, as well as conventional. I'm doing refis because great rates are great. Yeah. And I'm doing, of course, first-time home buyers down payment assistance program. So what I'd like to do is just continue doing what I'm doing. I just want to grow. And you also mentioned that you're working with agents in different cities. What are those cities? I am working with agents throughout the state of Texas. I'm working with agents in Dallas and Houston and the Austin area, as well as San Antonio. And people say, well, how is she doing that? How is she getting that reach? Not only Facebook, of course, but also you are part of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. Is that correct? The Austin, what is it? What's your chapter called? It's called the, oh my gosh, they're going to kill me. It's called the Black Realtors of Central Texas. Black Realtors of Central Texas. I like it. So, and you guys meet once a month, and y'all talk about different opportunities for
hopefully the 2.5 million, right? The Sheba State
That's
of Housing
right.
in Black America and helping Black home ownership. And one of the best ways to do that is through the down payment assistance program. So
Correct.
so now give me some guidelines for some of these programs, because people say, yeah, everybody talks about we had this money to help you, we had this money to help you, but I never qualify. What are some of the guidelines for one of the down payment assistance programs you have?
Okay, so across the board for most of the programs that I have, 620 credit score.
Okay.
Off the top. Another part is depending upon if it's the TDHCA program or even the SET program or a private one that I have called Chinoa, they require that you meet income guidelines.
Okay.
Right now for the Houston area, it's $77,000 per year, and depending upon which program, you can go up to an extra 15% more, so around $85,000 to $90,000 a year. As far as income, annual income.
So let me back into that for you home builders out there that are listening. So the home builders out there that are listening, what she just said to me, if I had a lot of inventory, I would price it right between $200 to $225, depending on the property taxes and things like that. That way I could get the most bang for my buck and basically cast my net to where I can get as many fish as possible. It's all about pricing. Pricing creates demand. Pricing creates, whether it's a buyer market or seller's market. Overpricing can make you think, oh, we're in a pandemic. And then you price that sucker right. I have a property right now. We have 35 showings, multiple offers and things like that, because it all boils down to pricing. So you have to price. That's why it's best for lenders to communicate with the builders, with the realtors. That way they know how to price effectively, so it's a win-win for everybody. So if your income guidelines, like you say, are $70,000 to $90,000, I pretty much know based on my DTI. What are the DTI requirements for that?
So this one is no more than 50% DTI. And when we say DTI, we're talking about debt to income ratio. So that is how much monthly debt you have, not your utility bills, not your phone bills. We're talking about if you have a car note, if you have student loans, if you have credit cards, personal loans, anything that is reported monthly on your credit report, that plus the price of the home is calculated into this ratio, and we net it against your monthly income. So if you are making $5,000 per month, you can go no further past $2,500 total debt.
So that means car note, $500 out. Say cell phone, well, not cell phone bill, but any other debt, you deduct that, and it cannot exceed $2,500. So like I say, that's a perfect scenario, because you don't want to be house poor.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So you don't want to be the house poor. You want to be a high risk for foreclosures, and you don't want to contribute to the problem. You want to contribute to the solution, and the solution is Black home ownership.
Correct.
As a matter of fact, before I finish this segment, I need to give a shout out to my new brokerage, Compass. Compass has made us sign a pledge. Well, they didn't make us, but they asked us to sign a pledge to crowdsource. Basically, crowdsource, dedicating 15% of our business this year to a Black-owned business. So basically, if you have a Black videographer, bring them in to do your videos. That goes towards the commitment to go ahead and contribute to Black-owned businesses. If you have a photographer, bring them in. If you have a home stager, bring her in. If you have a contractor who would like to improve the property to make it sell quicker, bring them in, because we're going to go ahead and make sure that everybody has an equal opportunity to feed their families based on what's going on in Black Lives Matter. So it's a great time in the economy. It's a great time in the United States. We're more diverse than ever. Well, finally, the United States is catching up with Houston. Houston has been the most diverse city. We always got to do everything first in Houston. But anyway, but like I say, you bringing the down payment assistance program to the table is going to help that as well. Right. Now, how do we get a hold of you? We have about 5 minutes left, but I want to make sure that we're going to say how to get a hold of you several times in the next 5 minutes.
Okay, so if you need to get a hold of me, my business line, you can call or text 512-790-3838. And my website is mkhmortgagelady.com. So 512-790-3838 or mkhmortgagelady.com. mortgagelady.com.
And we might have to get you a Google number as well, because somehow the Houstonians, they only call 713 numbers when it's time to do business. They're pretty loyal. So I had to learn that early on. Me being from San Antonio, I had to get rid of that 210 if I want some Houston business.
Well, I will tell you this: I've been doing a lot of Houston business.
That's
lately.
good. They're not discriminating on your area code.
They're not discriminating, and I appreciate that. So y'all keep on calling me.
Keep calling that 512. It's not the IRS, it's not child support. It's actually somebody trying to give you some money.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing I will say is Houston is my second home. I have brothers who live down here, and so we're down here like almost twice a month, and literally pick up the phone and call me, Melissa, I need to meet you in Houston. I'll be there. I love to travel.
And that's how you know your loan officer's motivated when they will come to you. I tell everybody, people say, hey, should I go online? And I saw such had a commercial where they can do a rocket this and rocket that. I say, if you can't meet that loan officer face to face, why would you give them a copy of your credit report? Why would you give them proof of income and all that if you can't even have a chance at meeting them face to face? Because if that turns into a denial, they'll just hang up on you and not respond. Versus Melissa being right here in Texas can come to you and say, this is a temporary denial. This is what we're going to do to get you right. And then you should be ready by October. You should be ready by November. You should be ready by December. So go ahead. We're going to go ahead and go to our next break. Keep in mind, love where you live, love where you work. Love's going to get you. Love your loan officer. DPA assistance is out there. Love's going to get you. DDLRG. I am Don Davis of DDLRG Luxury International Real Estate, and when it's time to make a business decision about your residence, please keep in mind, it's a Don deal.
Not only do we take care of our clients and our communities, we also are well kept here at DDLRG.
When it's time to make a business decision about your residence, it's a Don deal. We're back. Don Davis, Luxe Realty Group, Broker by Compass, live in the studio with Miss Melissa Keys Huff, all the way from Austin, Texas, practicing mortgages throughout the state of Texas with down payment assistance, the mortgage guru, VA, conventional, FHA, any type of DPA. You definitely want to give her a call. How do they reach you again? How would they reach you again?
Call or text 512-790-3838 or visit my website, mkhmortgagelady.com.
mkhmortgagelady.com. That's mkhmortgagelady.com. We're at the part of the show where we'll give a shout out to all of our sellers who have properties for sale. I want to go ahead and let you know you can contact her to finance one of these properties. So please do not hesitate to call her or text her, but at the same time, take that mortgage and bring it to one of these listings we have. We have one at 118 Arcadia Place in Cibolo, Texas, zip code 78108, zone of Cibolo Steele High School, right off of FM 1103 in Guadalupe County, and that's going for only $240,000. Then I also have 7827 Chinaberry Sky right here in Fort Bend County in Grand Mission Estates. That's over 3,000 square foot home on a 10,000 square foot lot going for $330,000. That's not going to last long. We have multiple showings, and looks like we're going to be getting an offer tonight. Also, 1406 Kirby Place in Seabrook, Texas, right down the street from NASA, Kemah Boardwalk, and a plethora of other amenities and attractions. 1406 Kirby Place going for $324,000. That's a beautiful 3,800 square foot home with nobody next to it on the right-hand side. And then we also have lots for sale. That's right. If you'd like to build your own condominium, we have lots at 10700 Main Street. Those lots are going for $100,000 a lot, and that's located less than a mile from NRG Stadium, brought to you by 2123 Development all the way out of San Antonio, Texas. And another one by 2123 Development is 3127 Bay Street. That lot is right off of oh my goodness, I just went blank. Collingsworth. That's off of Collingsworth, off of 59 in Collingsworth. That's going for $100,000. You can go ahead and build you a nice duplex over there, actually duplex or single family townhome there as well. So we have some opportunities. If you're looking to purchase one of these properties, also I want everybody who does not qualify for a mortgage right away to also consider Home Partners of America. Home Partners of America is a new program that's hitting the streets, and if you make over $50,000 $50,000 a year and you're looking at purchasing a home within the next year, you want to reach out to Home Partners of America. And that's pretty much it. We're going to go ahead and wrap up this show. I just want to thank the Huff family once again for traveling all the way from Austin, Texas to make it a done deal. But one thing, I had to have them here because I needed this lender in my arsenal of lenders. I tell everybody, like I say, builders need to have good products and good pricing and have a good financial team as well. And as real estate brokers, broker associates like myself, once I met Miss Mellisea, I had to have her here. So, Miss Mellisea, do you have any going shout outs? We have about a minute left. Go ahead and tell them how to reach you again.
Okay. Last time, how to reach me. Call or text 512-790-3838. mkhmortgagelady.com. I'd like to shout out my husband, Elton Huff, my road dog, my chauffeur, my love. I want to shout out to my brother, Marcel. We actually going home shopping today, so let's make it a deal.
And we gotta give a shout out to our HT homies. You know, I didn't go to HT, but you got Tyra McGarity, you got Teresa, you got Marcus Spence, you got Kenny, you got T Flowers, you got man. Like I said, y'all had so much fun over there.
Yes.
I have major respect. My boy Bert, my barber went to HT. Oh, Adolph, man.
Adolph,
Oh,
get out here.
Adolph's on here. Trust me. All right, love's gonna get you, DDLRG.
Do business with the best in the industry. Do business with the Davis Realty. Do business with the best in the industry. Do business with the Davis